visually, Tommy was stunning. I just thought that this was the character that I wanted to then take on and develop. It would be nice if we could then bring together a group of people who would relay through narrative, what it is that they've seen, so they translate their kind of perceptions of that visual experience and relay that directly to Tommy. So Tommy then has an opportunity to kind of develop an image and some kind of perception of this in his own mind.
The painting is there's a central figure, and he's got grey hair, and his eyes are quite sort of almost in the back of his head, quite dark. His sockets are really dark, and he's looking quite sad actually, and he's got quite a lot of dark shadows about his face.
Right.
Very shadowy, but very pale at the same time. He's got a shirt on, and he's got a waistcoat on.
Right.
And he's got a big dressing gown.
Right.
Big red dressing gown. His hands are they're quite oversized for the size of his body.
Right.
And sort of proportion to his body, his hands are quite large. And he's holding a thin stick in one of his hands, in his right hand, and the other hand, his left hand, is up as well. So they're both hands are out.
Oh.
And his dressing gown is quite big for him as well, so it's kind of dragging about on the floor. But in a nice way though. It's in a nice way.
Right.
Yeah. There's some railings, like there's a big one just at the side of him, and then there's some smaller ones in the distance that look like they're kind of going off into the distance.
Right.
And on those railings there's things like scarves, and if somebody's died at a crash scene, and they put up things like their Celtic scarf or their Rangers scarf.
Yeah.
And the fence beside him, there's some flowers, and there's some other things tied to it, and then in the background there's some smaller ones almost going into the distance doing a similar kind of thing. There's two skulls in the picture down at his feet, just behind his feet. The whole scene just looks quite desolate really. It looks like he's kind of this last figure in a world that's no longer
around.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
What these people bring to the painting themselves, they all have quite disparate backgrounds, and that in its own way informs how they perceive the work. So I'm hoping that, we have got quite a diverse group, chosen specifically for their ability to kind of articulate what it is that they see.
It's quite theatrical. There's curtains either side of the picture,
right.
And in fact there's grapes in each of the corners that are quite like the kind of Victorian cornicing that you get in old theatres. There's a figure in the painting who's in shadow. He's got a stick in his right hand. I don't know if he's using that to support him or if he's got that for kind of authority purposes.
Right.
He's holding it out
right.
as if a bird of prey might come along and land in it. And then the gown he's got is kind of quite like an old dressing gown.
Oh, dressing gown, right.
It could be a kind of faded kind of circus master's coat type thing.
Okay, right.
Although it's gone right down to the floor.
Oh dear.
It's not a very nice day, and there's a glimmer of light in the horizon, but it looks like the sun's out miles away. There isn't going to be any sun where the buddy's standing.
Right.
He's no smiling, but he's no too unhappy. So maybe he's kind of accepting where he is now, and it's no the best, but it's maybe no too bad.
We did have this kind of sage, timeless character who, through his own experiences and just how he's engaged with the world round about him, how this has shaped him as a character. So I kind of ran with that and then developed this character, the Amdis.
I've known his work for some time, and I can see quite a lot of things in it, you know, like repeated motifs
Mm-hmm.
that you see in a lot of Owen's paintings.
Right.
But I love this central character most of all.
Right.
It's a bit like kind of a, I don't know, a cartoon, like a pantomime villain maybe. It's a bit, you know, and a bit like Gerard Depardieu or something like that, with this
Right.
kind of big leopard skin waistcoat.
Mm-hmm.
And as if that, you know, he's kind of very consciously acting a part, a bit, you know, over
Yeah.
the top like pantomime. It's fascinating.
Well,
The character, the person itself, or that's the figure that's based on you.
yeah,
is-
yeah,
And like I say, it looks like this kind of, you know, I don't know, like a pantomime villain.
yeah, yeah.
Somebody everyone loves to hate or something. You know,
Yeah,
that's maybe
yeah.
like that, yeah. But sensitive as well, actually. I
Right,
like the painting, the facial features, very sensitive,
right.
beautifully painted.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bit like, in a way, it's almost like a deserted battlefield, you know.
Yeah,
after
that's
all the
right.
fighting's been
Yeah,
done.
probably.